Welcome to this quick training video on how to complete the housing move-in date. The housing move-in date is used to differentiate between people who are enrolled in a housing project but still literally homeless and those who are housed. This information is critical and should be collected on all clients who move into permanent housing. Permanent housing includes the following project types: rapid rehousing, permanent supportive housing, PH with services, and housing-only projects. In the case of homelessness prevention, the client is already housed at entry, so the housing move-in date is equal to the project start date. For clients who do not have permanent housing, their housing move-in date is left blank. The key to filling in the housing move-in date correctly is to know when did the client move into housing. Was it the same day or after the project start date? If it was the same day, complete it at entry. If it was after, add an interim review to record an update to the housing move-in date. Let's see how this looks like in the training site. We'll demonstrate two examples, completing the housing move-in date at entry and through an interim. We'll also show you where to access household data sharing. Both examples will follow the same workflow. Enter the value for the head of household and save, then complete for all other applicable household members and save and exit. Here we are in the training site in the Head of Households record. As you are in your entry, look for the housing move-in date question in your assessment. Assessments may differ, but generally the housing move-in date will be the first question. Fill in the date and then complete the rest of the questions applicable to the Head of Household and save. Then switch to the other household members assessment and do the same thing. An optional method you can use to make the process faster is called the household data sharing. Fill in the head of household's information first and then click this Add Household Data button to the upper right. Check all the household members that these responses will apply to. Here you can see the date we've just entered for the head of household has been pulled in. Answer all the applicable questions and click Save and Exit. This will save the information to all the people you checked so that you won't have to answer those same questions again for each person. Click on the other household member's name to pull up their assessment. As you can see here, the shared move-in date has been saved. Answer any remaining questions for this person and save and exit. Nice job! We finished creating the entry and denoted that this household was housed on the same day they entered into PSH. Moving along to example 2, this is a family with a minor child. In the Head of Households record, go to the Entry Exit tab. This is the only place where we can access interim reviews. Find the entry and then click the paper icon under Interims. Then click Add Interim Review. Check that all the applicable people in the household have been selected. Next, select Update for your interim review type and enter the review date. This will be the same date as their move-in date. Click Save and Continue. In this interim assessment, the housing move-in date is the first question. It was left blank at entry while the household was unhoused. Now we're going to fill it in with the date they physically moved into housing. After the head of household, we still need to update this value for all other household members. But what you might notice in the interim is there is no household data sharing button. We have to go through each individual household member's assessment to update their move-in date. Let's go ahead and do that. On the left-hand side, click the next person's name down in the list of household members. The green checkbox visually indicates that the new changes have been saved. Update the housing move-in date for all household members, including minors. When you're done, scroll down to the bottom and click Save and Exit. We've finished creating an update for the 4 household members. We now have 2 snapshots, one at entry and one interim review that we can compare to see the change in housing status. To wrap things up, the housing move-in date is the key indicator of the client's housed or unhoused status. So be sure to record this important value for all clients. Based on the timing of when the client moves in compared to their project start, enter the value at entry or in an interim. If you make changes to the value and save, the historical data will still be retained in the system. Thanks for watching, and always feel free to reach out to your local admin for any questions.